And okay, so let's do this quick so you can get on with the rest of your day. First off, my name is David Shows, or Dr. Shows. It's Shows, Shows, and it's pronounced like cow, Cows. I have been teaching marketing here at Appalachian State for 10 years. Before that, I also taught at Auburn Montgomery, Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama, and I got my DBA, Doctors of Business Administration, at Louisiana Tech. So I've actually taught at 4 of the universities. I would say I'm very happy and proud to teach here at App State. So just some other quick things on me. Let me first go do some quick sharing. So just to let you know, I also have a YouTube channel. This is where all of my videos are stored. So just in case you might get lost, you can find me on YouTube. And these have all the videos that you have on your As You Learn site. So without further ado, let's move into the syllabus. First off, let me note this. This is an asynchronous class. So what does asynchronous class mean? It means basically that you take the test or you take the study at your own leisure. So it means whenever you wish to be able to go online and do the work, it's all up to you. So what this means is that all the chapters are lined up. Each one of the chapters has a particular recording for it. The only thing that is frozen in time for all of you is the test schedule. And so, sorry for me to shift all of these shares, but I want to be able to go to the website because that's basically where you're going to be doing most of your interaction. So my apologies for moving you all around. So this is As You Learn, and this is the website. I'm not sure if any of you have ever done asynchronous, but as I said before, asynchronous is at your leisure. You take it when you wish. But the one thing that you will have, if you'll notice, is that the tests are laid out for very specific dates. Okay. So we're here in week 1. If you notice, we have the recording for chapter 1, and then we also have chapter 1, and these are the PDFs or the slides. Okay. And so you'll use this to get your slides, and you will use this click to watch the actual video that follows the slides themselves. As I said before, these are all on YouTube. You could go there if you wish, but you can simply come here and get the recording itself. If you also notice, generally what I will do is that I will also tell you how much time it will take to do each section. Okay. So chapter 1 starts, this one is 54 minutes. It also, you've used the slides to follow the recordings. Once you get through with the recordings, then you have your first test, or excuse me, your first test date. Your first test will be June 7th from 12 p.m. In other words, on Friday, June 7th to June 9th, Sunday night, you have the time there to take the test. The tests are generally an hour and 15 minutes. They could, and the finals will be longer. It'll be the standard 2 hours, but they're built to be able to take the test during the time that you have it. The tests are multiple choice, so you know exactly what your grade is immediately after you finish each test. So this is 5 weeks of scheduled work. Now, along with the scheduled work itself, you're asked to create a paper. And so what is the paper going to be about? So for each one of you, let's see, chat, Oh, hello, everybody. Good to see you. So, what is the paper that I'm going to ask you to create? Well, the paper that I'm going to ask you to create is actually a paper that's going to be helpful. What it's going to be is a semester project on yourself. All right. So, I want you to present yourself as an offering worthy of acceptance by an employer. I would like you to use this actually as a time for you to consider and think about seriously what job or position you're in school here for the first place. It doesn't have to be what you finally wish to be, as a matter of fact, but it's where you aspire right at this moment in time. This is going to be a blueprint for you as well to be able to use ultimately in your life to be able to focus on your own special, unique skills and how you hope to have them apply to a future position. So, there are three particular items that you are going to need to provide. I want you to provide an initial proposal. The initial proposal can be a paragraph or two, doesn't have to be more. The initial proposal will be the particular job segment or market segment that you wish to be able to apply your talents to. I wish you to provide yourself a mission statement, and you'll find this out in chapter 2. And then that's all you need for the initial proposal. And the initial proposal will be due on June 17th. This is all spelled out in the syllabus, and it's also spelled out on As You Learn. The second part, which will be due June 24th, will be what we call the situation analysis. And so you're going to basically identify the industries in which you wish to work in, the market conditions for that particular um, industry that you wish to work with, and then give an overall idea about, the whys and wherefores of that particular industry. I would like this to be no more than 4 or 5 pages, double spaced, typewritten, time Roman, 12-point font. All right. I would also, if you do research, I would like very much for you to provide a bibliography because I think bibliographies are important. Okay. Also, bibliographies mean better grades too. If you've never done a bibliography, by the way, let me show you a way to do it. And this is actually um, let's see, this is actually in Word itself. So let me give you an idea. In order to do a bibliography in Word, you have this thing at the top called references. So you would click on that. And if you notice here, you've got this little part of the menu that says manage sources, style, bibliography, and insert citation. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm just going to add a page to the syllabus. And if you click here for manage sources, now you'll notice all of these sources that are already in there because I store all of my bibliography there. So let's say you do some research on a particular industry. So you click new. Let's say it's a journal article. So if you notice there's journal article, it says authors, I edit. So I'll put in the last name, first name. And when I click add, if you notice, it comes down in the middle of the names. So let's say I add another name. I have the ability within the bibliography to shift them up and down if I want. And so now I have them listed here. And so then I would have the journal article where you got your research from. Journal name, the year, The pages, which usually are critical, so it would be just an example from pages 45 to 90. Oops, get caught speeding. There we go. Now, if you click on all bibliography fields, also what you generally find in most journal articles is that volume and issue are now kind of important. They take the place generally of year, okay? So I add that. And now if you notice, I have this current list where this bibliography entry, and if you notice, it's already set up, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to shove a few over here to add to it. Okay. And now this is the current list that I have. And so when I click close and I'm down here in an open space, now if I do bibliography, if I do insert bibliography, there it is. Okay. You can format it afterwards in whatever way you wish, give it some spaces in there, but it's already formatted for APA style. Now, let's say I prefer Chicago style, just click on it and it'll change to Chicago style. And then you can just insert the bibliography again. There you go. Okay. All right. So, see, you learned something. Is it acceptable for you to send drafts prior to the due date? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I give you brownie points for that. Okay. If you have your things earlier and you would like for me to look at them to see if I can refine them and make you better, you bet. All right. So please, good question, Ring. Okay. All right. So here is how you would do the situation analysis bibliography. And you really only need a bibliography for the situation analysis, okay? That's only needed for when you're looking at this part where you're talking about industry information and competitive conditions. That's all you need the bibliography for. The last part, the marketing strategy, will explain itself when you're going through and looking at all of the rest of the pieces. You'll understand what your target market is. Your method of distribution basically can be of yourself about where you would wish to go, and where you wish to apply yourself, how you wish to promote and advertise yourself, and certainly LinkedIn and social media are other ways in which you yourself would wish to be able to put yourself in front of your new clients, and then ultimately your strategy and where you would like to be in 5 years. I've actually found that students actually use this once you're finished. It's kind of a way of focusing yourself. This is generally a sophomore, junior class anyway. So it kind of gives you like a halftime to be able to consider where you are in your life now and where you'd like to go. Okay. So this is 20% of your grade. That's a good point. How does one go about doing this assignment who isn't the best writer and can't write 4 or 5 pages of details? Um, there's an old saying, Shakespeare said, brevity is the soul of wit. All right. Um, give me the factual information about your particular industry that you're in. Is your industry a niche industry? What is the competition in your particular market? How good or what are the economic conditions in the particular industry in which you're working at? Now, when I say 4 to 5 pages, the reason I say that is it's very easy to go beyond that. Okay. 4 to 5 pages actually is about 900 words, if that kind of helps you, 900 to 1,000. You'd be surprised at how quickly you run out of words in that kind of space. Just tell me about your industry. Tell me about, the market conditions at that time. And that's the other thing about what the situation analysis, the A through E's do, is it kind of gives you an idea about what you should put down. All right. Business writing, by the way, is a skill that I encourage you all to really focus on. Business writing is nothing but the facts. Business writing should not have fluff in it. Um, just tell me about your industry, you know, find out where it ranks. What is the annual sales in your particular industry? Has it grown over the last few years? What is the employment outlook right now? What kind of special skills does it require? Those are where I would consider you to, you know, go look for those particular things. Okay. It's a good question, Maxwell. Um, all I can say is practice makes it better. Practice doesn't make perfect, but practice makes better. And so this is a good time to be able to practice those skills. And like Ram said before, if you want me to look it over to see if you would like, if you feel like it needs refinement, then by all means. So you want to be a financial analyst for a car company. That's very interesting. So I would look at the car industry overall. And for the car company that you would like to be in, I would look at their product placements. I would look at their strategies for success. Financial analyst. Um, I'll give you a perfect example of financial analysis, especially when it comes to car companies, just financing in general. How does the car industry finance its assets, which are in the billions? How do they help consumers to be able to purchase vehicles? I think all of those are good answers or good questions to come up with the appropriate answers. Um, I think that they are very closely associated together, especially like I say, when we're talking about capital assets. In other words, non-durable goods that it takes years to be able to pay off. Sounds like a great industry to go into, Max. Okay. Does that help? I hope it does. Okay. Good. So since we're breaking the project into sections and doing different parts throughout the course, are we turning it in like a final form? You don't have to. You can if you wish. All right. These are three sections, Sean, and it's a very good question. You do not have to turn them in all at one time. If you want to turn them in early, I have no problem with that, and I'll be happy to refine it if you want me to as well. Okay. No, but turning it in like a final form in the entire project at the end of the course, you don't have to. Now, if you have extenuating circumstances that require you to delay, like the turning in of one or two of the others, like the situation analysis, I can certainly understand that. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Ram. That's excellent. I like your suggestion. So Ram says, search for companies in LinkedIn, employees, filter for finance and accounting, uh, cold, direct message them to see if you can get an interview information. Great question. Great answer. And thank you. Thank you for that extra help. That's an excellent idea. Okay. Yeah. I usually get some of my best ideas from my students, so good for you. Thanks a lot. Okay. And like I said, Mac, and I also want you to always know this, okay? This is an asynchronous course, but I'm here, all the time because I check my messages a lot. I'm also director of interns. So I spend a lot of my time checking to make sure that my students, usually I'll give you an answer within 30 minutes to 4 hours. I rarely take a break because I'm like one of those nerds who's email obsessed. Okay. I will even do Zoom meetings if you need me to do a Zoom meeting with you. I'm there. Okay. Thank you for also mentioning that. I want you to know that, even though, the asynchronous is the name of this game, I'm always there if you need to have some conversation. Okay. Yes, it will. Yeah, double space, Times Roman, 1 inch margins, all of those things. Generally, you're like I said, you're talking about 1,000 words, usually at the most. You don't have to, and I get really, I would get really concerned about trying to say how many pages and how many words, because I don't want you to sit there at night going, oh no, I only got 982 words. Um, if you give me, the information about um, your particular industry, and you can do it in brevity, believe me, you're going to help me out, because that means that instead of reading 40 papers, 4 pages a piece, you can calculate all the, how much time I have to spend grading. Um, you know, I'm not going to ding you, okay, if it's 3 pages. I'm not. If you give me the soul of what the situation analysis is, I'll be happy, okay? I know what summer is like, okay? And we're all busy people. But the one thing that my purpose in my job here as a teacher is to make sure that this is a rewarding experience for you. Now, I know many of you are not marketing students, and that's one of the reasons why I love principals. It's a very eclectic kind of class, because I get so many different people from off campus. But I want you to be able to retain something that will be useful to you in the rest of your careers. Some of you may never have marketing again for the rest of your lives. But let me also say one other thing about marketing in general. Any of you that aspire to be at the very, very top of the industry, if any of you want to be able to be at the very best that you can be, trust me, you're not going to be doing what you're doing in the industry itself. If you want to be a great finance person and you're at the number one position in your particular corporation, you won't be doing finance, you'll be doing marketing. All right. If you're going to be the top accountant in an accounting firm, you're not going to be doing accounting, you're going to be doing marketing. You're going to be going out there to look for clients. You'll be presenting the best that your particular corporation has. I use Jerry Jones as one of my examples. He's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. And whatever you think about him as being a meddlesome owner, and you're probably right, one of the things that Jerry Jones does well is that he is a marketer. When they built AT&T Stadium, he had to find a way to be able to do it so that it wasn't a burden on Dallas and Fort Worth. He came up with a $325 million bond issue that Arlington used to be able to finance the stadium. A bond issue has to be paid back. He contributed another $325 million, so it was supposed to be a $650 million project. They were able to raise revenues in Arlington on parking and then also on hotel reservations, which are generally out of town people. When it found that the cost for overruns went to $500 million, did Jerry Jones go back to the people of Dallas and Fort Worth and ask for more money? No, he pulled $500 million out of his own pocket and finished building AT&T Stadium. Was it successful? Or how could he do this? It's quite simple. Before Jerry Jones took one shovel of dirt out of where the stadium was, there was no way he couldn't make money. Jerry Jones is not a manager. Jerry Jones is a marketer. He's the one that came up with $10 tickets in the NFL, of all things, for standing room only, just to be able to be there. He has the locker room set up so that the Dallas Cowboy players actually go through the concession stands when they're on their way out to the field. That is an example of what great marketing can do. And that's why I want you to consider this more than just a class, but just a way of being able to focus yourself on your best talents and how to use those to be able to acquire the jobs that you dream of. Okay. And so I hope that this will be a significant class for you, regardless of whatever profession you hope to see. Okay. All right. So let me finish this up. I tend to be long-winded. So you're lucky we're not having asynchronous classes. So then the last part at the end, which is on June 30th, the final assignment will be your strategy, the 4 Ps, and how you go about applying your talents in the industry that you wish and how you're going about to attain the goal. One last thing to help you out, just to show you, is I want you to see the website and look at this right-hand panel. If you'll notice here, there are dots by significant dates. They'll tell you when deadlines are there. If you notice that tests are over the weekends, so from June 7th to 9th, you have 2 days in which to take the tests, but you have all week to be able to do them anytime you want, or to do the studying. If you want to study on a Saturday and spend all day studying on a Saturday and do the test on a Saturday, up to you. All right. So this is how you can take care of, maintain significant dates. You will be able to see the upcoming events as they happen. And then if you get emails and activities, they will be represented here. Okay. I know we went through that pretty quick. Is there any other questions or anything else that I can help you with? Okay. I will take this recording, put it online. It will be in week 1, and it will say Zoom meeting recording, 10 a.m. to 10:30, and it will be a brief synopsis about this particular conversation, okay? Once again, I'm here and available whenever you need me. Please don't hesitate to either throw me an email or ask for a Zoom meeting. And if we have no other questions, let's go out and enjoy a beautiful day today. Oh, wait, I got a chat. Hold on. Thank you, Ron. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great summer. Thank you, Trent. Thanks a lot. Just remember this, students, I'm on your side, all right? I'm as much a coach as I am a teacher. I want you all to do well, and I hope this particular class is rewarding, okay? Yes, go ahead, Maxine. Maxwell, you have a question about the exams? Thank you, Sean. You have a great
I have one simple question. It's kind of a two-part question.
Sure.
Is the exam more conceptual than, or is it more vocab and also for the exams, do we need like respondents or lockdown browser?
No, no. Okay. Let me answer the last question first. No. The context of the questions are multiple choice. They are direct answer and reflective answer kind of questions. So they're 1/3 easy, 1/3 medium, and 1/3 difficult. The easy questions generally be just purely definition, like marketing is, okay? Or the next thing that you will have is questions which are reflective in nature, where they would say things like, such and such goes into a Office Depot and buys paper for use for their children at home. This is an example of a blank sale. And so it would be a retail sale because it's for personal consumption, and it comes down to the consumer buying motive. The last thing would be a question like, of these particular in the list, what is the channels of distribution most are needed on? And that would be the third kind of question. And so you have those 3 types of questions. I think the questions generally are, I think they're, hold on, let me check the questions to see how many are in a given chapter. Um, let's see. Generally the questions are like 30, they're like 50 questions, multiple choice. equally from each chapter. So, you'll be able to have them spaced equally between, okay? Does that help, Max?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great, great. All right. Well, look, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like I said, um, please, please let me know if you have any questions along the way. Um, I understand, how how you know time and circumstances works on things. So if I can help you in any way, please let me know. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day and take care. And I will see you down the road. Bye bye.